Hello, everybody, and welcome to your Empath Narcissist Relationship Healing Tarot reading. I know that nobody likes intros, but I do need to give you guys a bit of explanation about this reading and how it works. And those of you who like to cross-watch for your rising or moon sign, I will put a timestamp in the description box below so that you can skip this intro as you cross-watch. However, I just want to say that this reading is coming from the point of view and perspective of the empath. So if you are trying to go to the sign of your narcissist, this reading isn't going to work like that for cross-watching. This is coming 100% from the perspective of the empath, and every single sign has experienced an empath narcissistic relationship. There's empaths in every sign and there's narcissists in every sign, okay? So for cross-watching, I only recommend your moon or your rising sign to gain further information, as this is coming from the empath's point of view. So in saying that, empath narcissist, there are some empath intuitives out there that do have a way of just attracting to narcissistic type of personalities. So this reading can definitely cover that. But when I say empath, I'm really coming from the perspective of the individual in the relationship that is very emotionally open, connected, empathetic, sensitive, compassionate to the narcissist, and the narcissist is cold, distant, lies, confuses, makes you question your own reality, makes you question if you're crazy, etc. Okay, so the empath is the person who is emotionally open and balanced. Now, because there are actually clinical signs of what a narcissist is, I have listed several links in the description box below about narcissism, how to spot it, the different types, and then just a really good discussion about it, from a therapist's point of view, as she is very, well versed in speaking on that subject, coming from it, a mental or emotional place of being. Okay, so I highly recommend that you copy and paste the links that I've left for those videos and, save them somewhere on your computer or your phone so that you can watch them. I've also listed a few meditations and subliminals to help those of you who are in the process of healing and moving on from a narcissistic relationship, okay? And lastly, I just want to say that this reading could be for any type of narcissistic relationship, whether it be friends, a family member, or a romantic partner. Oftentimes, as children, if we are abused, neglected, that opens us to those narcissistic type of personalities, because oftentimes children who are abused and neglected have this need for approval and love later in life, and many of us just go through life and we don't heal our wounds. We don't know how. Nobody teaches us that. We just do the best we can. So this reading can really help you with any sort of narcissistic relationship you've experienced in your life, as this reading is coming from a spiritual perspective and looking at how this relationship applies to your life journey for this particular lifetime, okay? As far as actual clinical from a therapist, looking at and understanding narcissism from that direction, please watch the links that I have listed below for you guys. They're excellent. She is amazing. And from the links I've left, there's even more information to help those of you who are really in the struggle, trying to move past the trauma and the abuse of narcissism that you've experienced in your life, whether just in childhood or childhood all through adulthood. It's different for everybody. So with that said, I will start the readings. And again, I just want to emphasize only cross-watch for your rising or your moon sign, as this reading is coming from the empath's perspective, not the perspective of the narcissist, okay? Hi Pisces, and welcome to your empath narcissist healing relationship reading. As indicated in the intro, we will be doing this reading to look at everything from a spiritual perspective and how that's grown you and shaped you, and you know what this relationship was all about from that perspective. All right, so Pisces, let's see. All right. Sixth house, routine. So Pisces, this relationship ultimately at its roots is to help you change something about your lifestyle, your thinking, your patterns of behavior. You know, it's like a big time shakeup for you, this particular relationship. So let's pull some more cards to see, you know, spiritually, what's attached to that? What are you gaining? What have you gained from this relationship? All right, so we have the Blade. Yeah, Pisces, this is a very empowering card. And, you know, I hate to say this, but it's often the oppressive relationships and situations and circumstances that really push somebody into becoming something new or making a big time change, because they can't handle the pressure, the oppression, the fear, the abuse, the sadness, you know, whatever it is. It's like you can't handle it anymore, and it forces you to change something about yourself that's very patterned, very routine, and now you become very empowered. And what initially beat you down, you are now stronger than it, and you hold the power. All right, and look at this, the smoky mirror. This also, you know, has taught you, Pisces, how to see things with your eagle eye, opposed to, you know, letting the beautiful words or what you hope for being said by another person, you know, even though there's some part of you that knows it's not true, you still hope it is, because they're saying what you want to hear, not what your spirit is telling you is going on, right? When somebody's very abusive to us, you know, after an episode, it's, oh, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean that. I was just really mad. What you did made me very angry. You know, the blame always comes back to you somehow, some way, even when they're apologizing. But when we're very emotionally connected to somebody and we love them and they're attached to many elements of our life, including our stability, naturally we want to move past the challenge, you know, and believe that, okay, yeah, maybe it will get better, it can get better. But this experience or multiple relationships, just depending on, you know, what you've gone through, has really brought you to a place of empowerment where you see beyond what's being projected towards you. Even if what's being projected is what you hope for and what you want to hear, you see the underlying energy in all things and people. And it could be where, you know, a narcissistic person does generally care about you, but they will always care about themselves more. There's nothing you can do to change that. And this experience has taught you that, where, you know, there's not enough things you could do to please somebody if they're not pleased with themselves, which ultimately is the basis of narcissism, right? Insecurity and fear, feeling small. Yeah. Look at this. Wanting it to be accepted and loved and admired by many, right? Okay, but it's a facade. So, Pisces, let's see what else is added to the blade and the smoky mirror there. All right, so we have fulfillment. Yes, Pisces, when you move entirely through the healing process of this relationship, you are so empowered, so strong. You're going to achieve amazing things. And look at this. We have fragment with the smoky mirror. How appropriate is that? There's no longer any illusion, Pisces. You see things for what they truly are. And it's this whole experience that has taught you to trust your intuition and your gut over everything else, including the desires and wants of your ego. And you can decipher the energy of when somebody's being honest and when somebody's just telling you what you want to hear because they know that's what they need to say to diffuse the situation. All right. And again, it's not to say that somebody doesn't genuinely care about you and love you back, but you know, a narcissist is a narcissist, and it's very hard to break out of that sort of mindset once it's been established inside of a person. And so, you know, to be with one, you have to recognize that that is who they are. Ultimately, fundamentally, at their core, it will always be about them predominantly, even if they do genuinely care about you. And so sometimes it's hard to break free from relationships when you know somebody really does care about you, but you know, they cannot offer you what you truly deserve or what it is that you're desiring because they're just not capable of it. It's very hard to distinguish that and then break yourself away from it. Okay, so some of you may have gotten really caught up in that where you could tell that that person really cared about you, but their behavior and their choices just repeatedly spoke something else. But you being sensitive, you pick up on that love that's somewhere behind all of that, and that's what you focused on. And you know, that created a lot of illusion for you, because just because you can love somebody unconditionally doesn't mean when somebody loves you that they experience their feeling of love to the same capacity. And when you're talking about somebody who is a narcissist, I can guarantee you they're not feeling the level of empathy and intimacy and closeness and connection that you feel towards them. It doesn't make you less of a person by any means. It's they are not capable. And that's, you know, kind of the basis of this reading, is to help you understand that it isn't flaw inside of you. You're not made wrong. You're not broken. You're not unlovable. Okay? It's just some people are not capable of giving what you're capable of giving and being. And, you know, they always say love is enough. Well, love isn't enough, unfortunately, okay? Because you can love somebody, they can love you back, but if they're incapable of feeling for you and being on your team and supporting you and building you up, you know, love is not enough. It's not. And so this here is where I feel the strongest lesson has been for you, is coming to a place of trusting your gut, even when it says things you don't want to hear, and becoming fully empowered and not letting your emotion and connection to another person control you. Rather, you always being wise and aware despite the connection of what's really going on and what's happening, okay? It's getting very clear and understanding your emotions and energy and vibration, and through, you know, this particular relationship or multiple relationships for some of you, you've mastered that energy, or you will master that energy as you complete your healing process. Okay, so let's pull some tarot to see what else is added to this. Yeah, look at this, because here you are, Pisces, King of Cups, sitting tall, very strong, very empowered, the divine masculine, all right? Even if you are a female. And look at, here's the restriction. The new beginning with the Fool. And lastly, we have the Eight of Cups. you know what, Pisces? Honestly, you know, you have two eights here. This relationship is very fated, or even if you've had multiple, very fated, very destined to help you with your spiritual growth this lifetime. And what I see here is you becoming very empowered, okay? And it's like for a while, though, Pisces, some of you are holding yourself back from this empowerment and this fulfillment. It could be, you know, success just isn't something you're used to. And so moving into that energy is going to take you a little bit of time. But ultimately, Pisces, I see great success for you. The outcome, the other side, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, you know, on the other side of healing, it's like there's this great reward, this big expansion for you in your life. And some of you kind of sense that, and you know, like this time means goodbye. And so you've been kind of holding on because you really care, you really love this person. There will always be hope in your heart because that's just who you are, right? But Pisces, it's time to really just allow yourself to become free of all restriction, all anchor, all connection, and say, universe, where do I need to go? Where do you want to take me? Because there's this new beginning here. And Pisces, I feel for many of you, there's a new beginning with somebody else that you've previously dated, that you've previously known, previous friendships. It's like once you clear this energy, there's relationships of your past that are going to come in, but it's not this narcissist person, okay? It's not the narcissist. That's not who I see here. This is just other relationships like you lost touch with, or some like friendships that, or family members who, you know, kind of just became distant with you while you were with this person, because sometimes that can happen. Friends and family can't handle seeing you hurt so much, and so they disconnect because, you know, there's nothing changing in your world, and so they disconnect. And I feel like there's a lot of reconnection for Pisces on the other side of healing. 100% for sure, but these are healthy, solid relationships that will be coming back in. And also, Pisces, I see new relationships, but because we have the Eight of Cups here, it's like everything you've been through, you are the wiser for it, and you're not going to repeat it. You're not going to go through it again. So, Pisces, let's pull an advice card about healing and what you should be focused on at this time. Awakening dreams. Yep, just exactly like I said. As I saw in this fulfillment card here, there is a blessing, there is a reward, Pisces. There is a payoff for you on the other side of this. Once you master this and you understand this energy and you heal it inside of yourself, you are too big for it. It can't suck you in again. You've learned the lesson, all right? It's like once you learn how to read and write, you can't unlearn it. Like you just know it. It's just there. It's just a part of you. So everywhere you have to go where you are required to read or write, you're perfectly capable and there's no issue. That's how you need to look at this, you know, moving through this energy is once you are through it and heal it and overcome it and expand beyond it, it will not come into your life again. All right? Because it's changing something about you fundamentally, big time. And for others of you, you know, where there was great oppression and, you know, big time loss, there is this reward, this return of energy of all that was taken from you is now returned to you in a new form through your dreams, okay? And some of you, because we have the Fool and Awakening dreams, it's like you're having new ideas, new dreams that you previously would have never thought possible for yourself, okay? So let's pull another card here just to look at things spiritually. Some of you, I feel like you're returning to something you left behind, like a dream, a goal, an achievement, just something you really wanted to do that just got shelved once you got involved in this relationship, or over the course of several years, you know, just depending. So let's see here, Pisces. And you're returning back to that, you know, that's right there. Sixth ray of devotion. Yeah, Pisces, this is really something that just cracks you open, okay, and changes you very deeply. And once you understand it through your spiritual eye, and you see, you know, all the ways in which you needed to grow and become stronger and more assertive and more empowered, more confident, deeper belief in yourself, asserting boundaries, refusal to accept, you know, negative behavior, even those of you who grew up in it, and, you know, it's just, you've been through one abusive encounter, relationship, and experience after another. It's, you're overcoming that. Like, man, once you heal, you are on fire, Pisces, really. Whatever it takes. If you need to talk to a counselor, start talking to a counselor. If you need to do meditations, do meditations. If you need to just start opening up and talking about all of this in general, start opening up and talking about it. Do whatever you need to do, because once you move beyond this, it cannot touch you again. And your connection to the divine is enhanced, and you're just in such a different mindset about your life and what you've been through and all the people you've encountered. All right, so let's see ultimately who you become. Look at that, the Hawk Prince, card number 11. Spirit communication, paying attention. What did I tell you? 100%. Where here in the smoky mirror, nobody can fool you anymore. It doesn't matter. Like, you know what you know, and nobody can shatter you and destroy you and make you question yourself and, you know, question your own reality, because they have you so sucked in and manipulated. It's just, it can't happen. It won't matter how connected you are to them, how much you love them. There's a part of you, your spirit. I mean, sixth ray of devotion with the Hawk Prince. Yeah, Pisces, it's like you can't be lied to like this again. You can't be taken advantage like this again. You can't be used like this again. Once you move through this, you are so empowered, so strong, and your connection to the higher realm, you know, to the divine, is just enhanced and it's increased, and you're moving about life through a different energy, and now it's all about you and your dreams and stepping into them. And I'm telling you, reconnections taking place for you guys, 100% for sure. So Pisces, those are your messages for the Empath Narcissist relationship healing reading. I'm sending you all my love and light. Take care.